CP.
Are you serious? He's gone. 40, 30, Portis all the way. Touchdown Redskins, 64 yards.
26 minutes.
He's pretty sharp. You know, he'll coach you up on the Miami guys and everything else. He's kind of fun to be around. Got an opinion too.
You know, I've been blessed to have the opportunity to go out and be myself and say the things that I say. And, you know, for the outside world, they can deal with it how they deal with it.
26 minutes with Clinton Portis. CP. Teach him something.
What can I teach you today? I can teach you this is our first live broadcast, episode 11, 26 minutes. We're live from the USO Center at Fort Belvoir, where all of these troops came out to support Monica. She's about to enlist into the military, so good job. You already fit in. Maybe they're not gonna let you leave the base, but everyone, we're here. Thank you all for inviting us.
Should we applaud? We should
this
applaud.
is episode 11. This is episode 11. We're still on the air. We're still going. Monica McNutt, Jake Crench Rifles, Devontae over there on the ones and twos. He's the DJ for this thing. So
we don't have our nice couches and chairs, but
we're happy to be
this is
here,
even
though.
better. Look at this background.
Yeah, with you guys.
Look at this facility. I was pulling up. I looked at the
directions, the
No.
signs on the road. The
building. Hospital when you pull it.
Okay.
It's beautiful. I was like, wow. I wonder if something was to happen to me, would they let me just go in?
Can we not have anything happen though?
yeah, let's make this
Let's do that.
uneventful.
Let's do that.
In that
Yeah. All right, so let's talk about the Skins. Speaking of health issues, we just spoke up the hospital. The Skins lose 3 players to our key key participants, key players yesterday going on IR. Season, is this trouble?
Absolutely. I mean, I think so, for sure. I think the saving grace when you look at the rest of the schedule is the teams that we play. But Sheriff Laval, like Richardson, that's something that we're going to feel, particularly for AP. I mean, Jake brought up a great point before we started rolling.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about Adrian Peterson finally getting into the zone, right? He had, no training camp, no time with this team. Then you finally get onto a pace and rhythm with these offensive linemen. And then now 2 of them are gone. Trent Williams is gone for another week or 2. It's really hard. In your opinion, I mean, I don't know. How much does it change when a couple guys are gone like that?
Well, it changes a lot. During my career, it constantly happened to me as well. You start out figuring, hey, these are the guys that I'm going to battle with, and all of a sudden, you're like, who is this guy? Like, you feel like you're getting to know your players, your teammates. You're getting to know their tendencies. You know what to expect. You know what to look for out of certain players, and all of a sudden, they're missing. And you're talking about missing 3, 4 guys on your offensive line, not 1 or 2. You're talking about missing 3 or 4 guys. So all of a sudden, you're going to be behind an entire new group of guys in front of you. So you don't know what to expect. You can't attack the same way. You can't come downhill. The things that, if you watch the Redskins and you watch their game plan, often there are guys pulling. You see Adrian Peterson have to stop and wait on the guy. So now all of a sudden the adjustment to that becomes even you got to adjust even more.
The rhythm. You got to get the rhythm with the new crew. But, I mean, so we put that into the mix. I think we also have to figure out some other weapons. But I think the thing that was most disheartening to me, literally before halftime, I'm standing on the sideline with Clarence Vaughn, and we're like, okay, if they get this stop here, we can ask a question that'll tee us up to talk about the second half. And Calvin really runs into the end zone, right in front of us. We're like, scratch that. But I think for me, I was like, what's up with the defense? I know the Falcons are a high-powered offense, but I expected a little bit more.
Yeah, I think, even talking to some of the guys, they mentioned they were going to play with a lighter box. They were going to try to spread out, make sure they kind of took care of Atlanta's passing game. They weren't really ready for Tevin Coleman and a lot of those double teams up front. I think that was a big deal because then it just opens everything. And third down was so rough, 8 of 8 in those first 8 third down conversions they made. And when you can't get guys off the field, I mean, it throws everything off.
And the penalties.
Well, we're going to have Ryan Kerrigan on the show next segment. Be a great time to talk to him about what the team was thinking. Yeah. How quick do you throw this game plan away? How quick do you move forward? You got a big game, another high-power offense coming in this week against Tampa Bay. But around the league, you talking about some awesome games, Saints-Rams. You go, and of course, I'm a Saints fan, Monica. Just FYI.
Okay, I want everybody here to know
fan.
his fans. He's a Saints fan.
And I'm a Russell Westbrook fan.
Okay,
yes.
Russell Westbrook.
It's
Yeah.
player-based,
From
not
Mississippi.
team-based.
Okay.
Or
Well, the Saints,
That's home, sorta,
Who is
kinda.
the player that you would say? I was a Saints fan before Drew Brees came. So
That's home.
I'm still
You grew up that way.
Okay.
I'll give you that
So
one.
when you look at OKC, I was a Pistons fan. I like the rough and rugged. No, growing up, my childhood team was the Pistons.
Okay.
So, Lambeer, Dumars, Isaiah Thomas. So,
rough and physical guys.
Yeah, I
done
like
well.
rough.
Technically, your team should have been who, though, based on area?
The Hawks.
Orlando? Oh, okay, the Hawks.
The Hawks.
Okay.
Being from Mississippi.
Yeah.
But Chuck Daly left the Pistons and came to the Magic, so I was a Magic fan. I love Penny. Lil Penny and Tyra Banks. I was a huge fan of Lil Penny. So,
Well, how did we get here? What are we talking about?
we're talking about the Saints-Rams.
Okay,
the
gotcha.
excitement
Saints-Rams.
in sports. And I was just telling you, I'm a Saints fan. My Saints beat the Rams. Of course, I'm a Redskins fan as well. But just interesting games that happen around the league since we're talking about the Redskins and football.
Well, I think many people thought that could have been an NFC Conference Championship matchup. Just the way the two teams have been playing right now, 8 wins each.
Well, you look at how awesome, and you're talking about highlights, Kamara, going up. It's so many matches that happen within that game. Payton against
Breeze. No, wait, what?
no.
Sean Payton?
Sean Payton. Yeah, my bad.
So when you look at the coach's standpoint, you look at the quarterbacks, you look at the running backs, both defenses are horrible. So
Shootout.
that it's a shootout. And you thought the Saints would run away with that game. It actually came down to the end, but it was really exciting. Then you turn around and you get Brady
Patriots,
and Rodgers.
Packers. Mm-hmm.
Only their second matchup.
That's
That's
crazy.
unreal.
That's
The-
a crazy
the
stat.
NFL hasn't scheduled more Brady Rodgers.
They
And
need
to be
do
fair,
that.
they really played that up a lot this last week.
The Michael Jordan commercial?
Yeah.
What?
But who is the GOAT out of those guys? Like, Rodgers said, hey, Brady is the GOAT. Look at his rings.
Yeah.
But Rodgers is a bad man.
To borrow a phrase from Stephen A. Smith, I guess, right?
He's a bad man, mama.
I feel like it's always hard in those things, though, because Aaron Rodgers is never actually going up against Tom Brady. He's going up against Bill Belichick and the Patriots defense.
We need to legit one day, maybe on the podcast, figure out the recipe for the GOAT, like across sports. Like, is it your team championships? Is it going to be your individual statistics? Is it going to be your capability? Because, like, today, the sports, pundits and such are talking about Rodgers' skill set versus Brady, but then taking them outside of the teams that they play in, if you can mentally do that.
Right. Is he the greatest of all time in terms of athleticism?
Right.
Arm strength, whatever you want to put in that
You're looking
category.
for the greatest of all time. They would have to athleticism. You would have to throw me into the
You got to win,
conversation,
though?
but-
What?
all
Sure,
right.
you could be greatest
Just
of all
since
time.
you want to be a hater. Hey, you know what, Jake? Take
I
us
didn't
away.
catch it. I missed it. I'm not a hater.
Take us away, Jake.
Guys, as Veterans Day approaches, we invite you to join us in honoring all those who have served and defended our great nation. This reminder is proudly brought to you by GCO. GCO is the government contract compliance solutions provider. For contracts compliance, contracts audit support, forensic contract investigation, GSA schedules, and proposal and management consulting, GCO is the trusted veteran-owned and veteran-operated solution. And helping people improve their lives is what should drive business. That's the belief at Koch Industries, which employs more than 65,000 people across America. The team at Koch works together to meet the world's changing needs in transportation, medical care, water filtration, household goods, energy-efficient building products, and everyday technologies, all while consuming fewer resources. See the innovations firsthand at kochindustries.com.
Shout out to Ryan Kerrigan, who's just joined 26 Minutes for the first time ever. Ryan came dressed like me, so shout out to Anders down in the equipment room from having this fresh gear that we're wearing. Ryan, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Yeah, you got good style, man.
Yeah, I like your style too, man. I like a lot of
How
things
does that?
that you do.
Can you just explain how that works? You just go down there and say, "Hey, just hook me up."
No, I just go down there. I stand by Ryan locker. When he walks out, I grab his shirt, run out,
wow.
and then he comes back like, "Hey, where's my sweater?" Well, I got it on, so he get another one.
That's what teammates are for.
Yeah, that's
I'm sure.
Ryan. So Monica, take it
Ryan.
away.
Hey, Ryan. It's good
How
to
you
have you
doing?
on the show. All right, so one of the things that we want to discuss with you, because we're not going to harp on the game. We're on to the next one, right? But we've talked about on this podcast the incredible story that Tyler Trent has been for Purdue, and we know that is your alma mater. So when you got the opportunity to send him your jersey, just take us through that. What was that like for you?
Yeah, he's been a really positive, source of inspiration for a lot of people, not just in the Purdue community, but now throughout the world. And it's been awesome to see. I've followed his story for some time now, and it's just really cool how that Ohio State game kind of brought him and his story to light and really, cast a cast a positive light on, on a kid that's going through a really tough time, but is handling it with a lot of grace and a lot of positivity. So it was really, me being able to send him my jersey was the least I could do for him, for a kid that's brought so much joy to so many people, especially to so many people at Purdue University, which is so near and dear to my heart.
Speaking of Purdue University, I remember in the preseason telling you that your Purdue Boilermakers were going to be ranked pretty high, and I caught you off guard. All of a sudden, they beat Ohio State. They go on to beat Iowa, 2 ranked teams back-to-back weeks. How do you feel about Purdue?
Maybe you're on to something. You're a little Nostradamus over there, man.
Way before my time.
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
way before my time.
A couple ranked opponents. I mean, to take down Ohio State in the manner they did, to beat them by 29 at home, under the lights, nationally televised game. The Tyler Trent story going on at that point when it's really starting to pick up steam. It was just it meant a lot to the university, it meant a lot to the alumni. It's just been awesome. I mean, hopefully Purdue can continue to ride that momentum that they had off that win and the win they had against Iowa this past weekend, because it's they got a special team and they can do some special things this year.
What do you do on game days for Purdue? Like, are you going crazy, like yelling at the TV,
or
are you just kind of?
Yeah.
I mean, not really. I mean, right out of college, yeah, I was every play was, oh, what the hell and all this stuff. But now it's kind of, I just watch and I just enjoy.
See, that's the difference in a guy that went to Purdue and a guy that went to the U.
one.
He don't expect much out of Purdue. Right now, I'll kick my TV totally off the console and have to go buy another one. I just got to the point, I'm tired of UM breaking my heart. We lose to 3 teams that UVA, Duke, and Boston College in the same year. That is unheard of. You don't lose to them in the entirety of the program. You lose to them all in 1 year. Like, it breaks my heart.
In this moment, I absolutely regret not rubbing that in more. I let that pass.
By the way, I just want to put on the record.
You're going to end up falling out, by the way, Monica. Hey, this is all personal. This is a stage. I don't really like Monica. She don't really like me. She's almost like a hater, but
I'm not a hater.
Never mind.
I'm not a hater. Ryan's here. Let's focus on Ryan.
So I'll tell you what, speaking of college football, you have some guys on the line with you. LSU-Alabama game. Amazing team. Alabama just really went out and demolished LSU. You play with a lot of Alabama guys. It seemed like, who are we looking to draft from Alabama this year?
Man, it's worked out well so far. But no, it's amazing. Like, those guys' mindset, like, they just knew going into that LSU game this past week, and they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna win easily. And I'm like, are you sure? LSU's number 3. They got they're playing pretty well. They're like, oh yeah, it'll be a double-digit win. And sure enough, 29-0 later. But no, our Alabama guys, you see why Alabama's so good year in and year out when you get to see Deron Payne, Anderson, John up close, Sean Dion. And just watch their practice habits, how hard they practice, and then how it translates to the game. I mean, you just see why Alabama's been such a dominant program.
Is it tough to interact with them after a loss versus a win? Because I feel like, especially talking to Jonathan, it seems like if they aren't winning, he is in a bad mood.
When are they not winning?
Well, he's talking about now.
Well, we're talking about one of the
okay.
Redskins right now.
Oh, okay.
He's a very intense dude. I don't know if I've seen a guy that carries so much intensity throughout practices that he does. I mean, that guy comes to practice each and every day with a look in his eye like he's ready to tear someone's head off, and it's been awesome to see that. I mean, that's the kind of practice habits you need to develop. That's the mindset you need to take into work each day, and he's imparted that on a lot of guys.
All right, Ryan. And usually at this point in our show, we always do a best thing we saw. So since you're our guest, we want to know.
We're going to start off with you.
Over the last week, is there
anything
that you've
that
seen
stood out?
Could be a game, could be a show, a movie.
Family member, picture, anything.
Song.
That you're willing to share.
I'd say the best thing I've seen over this past week is, now that it's November and it's Salute to Service month, is just seeing the way we celebrate our troops at at football games. And I mean, that shouldn't just be for the month of November, but it's highlighted in November, and so that's the best thing I've seen over the past week, is just at the game they're honoring veterans, and that's just we need to do more of that.
CN's organization do a great job in the community of breast cancer. Service, salute to service, everything. They're always involved, so they do a great job.
By the way, that flyover on Sunday was
really
like
cool.
The perfectly timed. I don't know if it could have been done any more perfect. I mean, literally as it ended, they flew right over.
Yeah, it was well timed.
There's a lot that goes into those. I didn't realize that, but yeah, it was nice.
Best thing you saw, Monica.
All right, best thing I saw. Speaking of Salute to Service Month, my cousin is working on a project. It's self-titled Brendan, and it follows the life of a Navy SEAL. His name is Brendan Looney. He played lacrosse for the Naval Academy, and then he tragically was passed in a helicopter crash in 2010. But he's put together this super dope documentary on this guy's life and his legacy. And then he's going to be rolling it out this Sunday at the Green Turtle at 11:30. So I'm super excited for him. He's poured his heart into it. It's been a great story. And, you always root for your family.
Jake.
Well, I was taking a little trip around with my family.
Time out. It's Jake's birthday, guys.
Oh, happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday,
Jake.
Jake.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, my family came down on Saturday for it, and we were walking around the mall. Went to the portrait gallery because I had never seen the Obama portraits that have been installed last year. And I just got to say, everyone should take a trip to the portrait gallery to see just the entire President's Hall, but those two portraits too. I mean, it's something when you see them online, but then you see them in person. They've got a nice little special section where you can line up and take photos with it, and it's really awesome.
The little girl that was on Ellen that was like screaming at the picture, she was Obama's portrait for Halloween. Like, it was the cutest thing. Like, she had the dress on.
I love Ellen. Best thing I saw this week. I was busy. I traveled. I told you last week American Airlines did a great deed. Like, I was flying back from Europe, and I left my bag on the plane above my seat, and American Airlines called me and sent it back. Like, it was no chance. And the receipts were still in the bag.
This was an expensive bag, y'all, just so y'all know.
Yeah, it was. The receipts were still in the bag. And everyone, even when I talked to American, they were like, yeah, probably not going to get a call back. And I opened up the mail, and it was in it. I got teary-eyed. Yeah, my bag returned. I got teary-eyed because it was actually, what I didn't tell you all is I bought gifts for my mom and my family. And those were the gifts that I purchased in Europe. And to get them back, it was like awesome. So, again, this is 2 weeks in a row, American. That's why I stick. That's why I'm loyal to you, American, okay?
By the way, Ryan, before we go, do you have something to promote? I think Campbell's Chunky Soup?
Yeah, here with Campbell's Chunky Soup in the USO, and part of our Sacks for Soup initiative. Campbell's is donating 500 cans of soup for every sack we get this season with the Redskins. So I think we're a little over 11,000 cans right now. So hopefully that number will be much higher by the end of the season.
Yeah,
indeed.
Do you have a certain sack? You don't have a sack goal, I guess, every year. But in terms of what you guys think you can get to right now, do you have anything?
Not any specific number in mind, but just hopefully lots of sacks, so lots of soup.
Lots of sacks for soup. Love that. That's a good cause.
Thank Matt Ioannidis. He's balling. Matt Ioannidis is
He's responsible for some of those.
Yeah,
sure.
He certainly is.
He definitely went to Alabama as well, huh?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Hey, well, thank you, Ryan. Thank you for joining the show. Appreciate you coming on. Thank Chunky Soup. Campbell's Chunky Soup. I remember Jason Campbell used to do that as well.
Thank you, Ryan.
We'll be right back with 26 minutes. We're going to go to the troops. We're going to get them involved. And we have a segment called Ask CP. So think of your questions and be ready. Monica is going to be out in the field with the troops.
All right, let me tell you guys a little bit before we get there. Let me tell you a little bit about our friends at your local D.C. area Meineke Car Care Centers. It's a great place to get everything you need done to your car on the road. It's so important to maintain your car, and there are 19 Meineke Car Care locations in the greater Washington, D.C. area to help you do so. So don't let car trouble slow you down this holiday season. Sign up for Meineke Rewards to receive free towing to your nearest Meineke location, where their team of total car care experts can get your car back on the road. Save time by booking online at Meineke.com. Meineke, on with life. And everybody's playing to get to the big game. It's the ultimate goal, the game of games. The hottest ticket in town. It's the Virginia Lottery's Win-A-Spin live show. 8 lucky winners of the Win-A-Spin Scratcher will get the chance to spin the big prize wheel to win a guaranteed $100,000 to $500,000. And they'll get to do it live at Virginia Lottery headquarters. So if you want to get to the big game, the Big Wheel live show, here's what you have to do. Scratch the Win-A-Spin Scratcher to find a spin code that you'll enter online. If you enter online reveals a big wheel message, you've made it. You're going to the lottery headquarters to spin the big wheel in front of a live audience on Facebook. Oh, and you're spinning to win a guaranteed prize of $100,000 to $500,000. If you want the glory, you've got to get off the bench, so get your touchdown dance ready and visit your local lottery retailer and ask for the Win-A-Spin Scratcher today. Top prize odds in Win-A-Spin are 1 in 918,000.
Welcome back to 26 Minutes. Monica is out in the field, fielding questions. We're going to do XCP from the troops. Monica, what do you have?
I feel like this is my best, like, Oprah. I'm in the audience with Major Harvey, who has a question for none other than you, CP. And I'm not a hater. Don't tell people that.
Hi, Clinton. Just wanted to ask you your experience going from high school, collegiate to NFL, and how has it been for you since you've come into the area? How have you been received by the Washington, D.C. area, and your experience overall?
Also, my high school experience, I probably had the most unbelievable high school experience ever. Just my entire high school. Actually, I went to high school with Andrew Gillum, who's about to win Florida, so that's big. But we had so many successful people in high school, so many driven, talented players. So my transition to leave Gainesville, Florida, which was right down the street from the University of Florida, and decide to go and be a Hurricane was awesome. I just so happened to go to Miami and play with probably the best team ever assembled. And when you look at ratings and rankings today, we weren't even a highly ranked class to turn out to be the best class of all time. Getting drafted by the Denver Broncos, having the luxury of playing with Terrell Davis, Mike Anderson, Orlandis Gary was huge for me because being around those guys, I learned how to be a professional. Shannon Sharp, Rod Smith, Eddie McCaffrey, Al Wilson. There were so many guys fresh off of 2 years removed from winning the Super Bowl, and all of a sudden I get traded in probably the biggest trade in NFL history, myself for Champ Bailey. So coming here was unreal. I didn't know what to expect. I was a young kid, 23, and all of a sudden I'm asked to carry an organization, which it was an opportunity I was waiting for. And I think I gave everything to this city, and this city gave everything to me. This city has shown me so much love and acceptance and appreciated my faults and the good and the bad, and they've always been open-armed and welcomed me. So I love this DMV area.
Yeah. Hey, CP, just was going to mention, I'm a Florida boy myself, Duval County. I know
Already?
you're down the road.
Jacksonville.
All right, Duval County.
Duval!
Moving on. Now we've got Sergeant Wynn, who has a question for you, CP.
Yes, Clinton Portis. Do you know Sean Springs?
Yeah, I know Sean Springs.
Okay, that's my cousin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sean is actually doing great service. He's doing the helmets, trying to
that's right.
get rid of concussions, the wind bag. So it's for cars and troops and everyone else. So shout out to Sean Springs.
Also, how do you really feel about AP using number 26?
Well, I think it keeps my legacy alive. I don't really have a beef with it. I think every time you see a flash of greatness from AP, who's a great player, who was a great player before coming here, but every time it flashes across the screen and you see AP get into the end zone and do something special, it reminds you of me. And that's great for me. I think AP was great. A great pick for this organization. I saw his workout. I saw him beast his workout. So I love it.
Any other questions out in the audience?
Condolences for this time of year too as well.
It's
Sean,
a tough time, but
yeah.
you for you all, being here with the troops, the experiences that you get out of life, the experiences that you get, you just enjoy the memories. You think about Sean T, and it's coming up and it's close, and you always get this feeling before as exciting of a time as it should be because of the holidays and Thanksgiving and having this luxury to be around family. As you all go through all the time, you're displaced, you're missing a loved one, you're not around your loved ones, and it's just a special time of year. So for me, it's always the same. You'll always rep 21 Sean T for every good, bad memory that you could possibly think of. Always keep his memory alive.
All right, so we've got Staff Sergeant Pondy here with another question for you.
All right, so
You're not supposed to. Oh, I'm gonna hold this.
Okay, all right. So, hey, excuse me. So
I deal with it all the time, man. Don't worry about it.
I apologize. But without further ado, my question is, I'm more of a soccer fan, but obviously, I love the Redskins, because of the coach, Andy Reid, when he came over there. But nevertheless, my question is, not too political, but what do you feel as far as the role of a celebrity or a football player like yourself, as far as to injustice that is happening in our great country of the United States of America, as far as obviously there are a lot of things that players have done, but in your role, what do you think you can do to contribute to the sensitization and awareness about the injustice that African Americans go through?
Well, for me, I don't think you can fix all the problems in America. And as an athlete or a celebrity or anyone, I think it's more of getting in the community and awareness. You got to take it upon yourself. So many people talk about being mistreated and opportunities they don't have and they don't get. You create your own opportunities. And we all know that as individuals, you create opportunities. You put yourself in position to win. And if you think about life, you were told you can't do, you won't do, or what you won't be in life. And you got to get that determination that you're not going to be a statistic, that you're not going to be the one. Your mindset has to be of, I can do this, I can achieve. And you don't put yourself in certain positions. You got to respect authority. Authority has to respect you. I think the communication barrier is probably the biggest issue, and not having respect for one another. Like intimidation or people being intimidated by you or people not looking past your color, your skin color. You just got to be more aware. You got to be aware in the communication. So for myself, I try to speak to people. You always try to feel people out. So it's not an intimidation. I'm a big black man walking around, and someone could actually feel threatened around me. But instead, when they see me smile and say, "Hello, how's your day?" it kind of catches them off guard. So you a lot of those situations, they don't have the opportunity to talk or communicate, but it's one of those subjects, like, you can't fix everything. Of course, you got to be aware of it. You got to be aware of your environment in the area. You just try to leave a lasting impact. You try to get people to understand, respect others, be peaceful. You come in. I come in as a humble person. I don't have stats and everything walking around and say, "Hey, you know what, man? I'm CP. Check this out." I come in. You don't know me. I speak to you. You speak to me. It's a peaceful day. So you just try to go out and influence people and not be intimidating in that arena.
I'd just like to add, Staff Sergeant Pundy, he won't say this because he is humble, but I do think the first step in that kind of conversation is setting example. And Clinton does a great job with his Foundation 2-6 Foundation. He does set an example. He's out there talking to those kids and really setting the example on how we can communicate better and bridge barriers.
Thank you very much.
No problem. Thank you. Good question. Any other questions? Guys, don't be shy.
All these people, don't be shy.
You got your boy
communicate.
Your boy from Duval County got another one.
Hey, CB, tell me about your 2-6 Foundation and how can I or other people like myself, soldier athletes, get involved?
Hey, you know what would actually be great? So my foundation, we do one of our biggest events is feeding Thanksgiving. So I grew up in Laurel, Mississippi, and I've always been a huge fan of, when families in Mississippi, a southern thing is everyone come together and eat. And being that I played sports and I've always traveled on the holidays, I always miss. Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday. Christmas, I always miss those times because I was away for games. And for myself, like you all are always displaced and away from your family. So I do a huge Thanksgiving event. It's going to be at Ivy City Smokehouse, I think on the 19th, Monday night, November the 19th at Ivy City Smokehouse in Washington, D.C., where we feed. And my idea behind it was troops and families that were displaced to have them, to give them somewhere to go and have a family setting to eat. So I think we fed over 1,000 people the last 3 years. We normally do 400 people, around 400 people. This year should be a lot bigger because I partner with obviously Smokehouse, and It's great food. It's food that I sit down and eat. After we pray together, we eat together. It's not, oh, I'm just giving you some food that I wouldn't eat. It's actually a great time. Live entertainment, fun, games, giveaways, whatever. So if you all don't have anywhere to go and you want to come get some good food and you want to sit down and enjoy whatever is on TV or some live music, come out. November the 19th, you're all invited. So it was for, the idea was for military, college kids who couldn't go home, who couldn't afford to go home. So just to feed the families and come out, hang out. Again, November the 19th, so join us.
I'll be there. Come. We have a lot of fun. We always end up playing Jenga, which I am the queen of, right, CC?
Yeah, right.
I'm terrible at Jenga. What time?
Probably about 5 or 6 o'clock. It goes until. So whenever you show up, no one's going to say, hey, the door isn't open. You come in and you enjoy yourself until the food is served. So I think it starts at either 4 or 5 o'clock. Probably until like 9 or 10. Again, we got live entertainment. We got Jenga Connect for all the games that create arguments at family dinner. So it's just like you sitting around that uncle that you miss the most.
Holiday prep. Exactly.
Yeah,
good prep for Redskins Cowboys on Thanksgiving too.
Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot. But that's Thursday. So
that's Thursday.
That's on Thursday. This is on
But
Monday.
good prep.
Yeah, good prep. We'll be prepared to hang out and have a good time for that.
What's up, Cooley? It's good to see you.
Hello, Christopher.
All right, so we got one more question, CP, from Captain Rose. All right, Captain Rose, what we got? Y'all got to stop taking my mic.
My fault. You got to own the mic, you know what I mean?
I own the mic.
All right. So in one word, I'm going to ask you to describe yourself in one word and just give us a little bit about how you arrived at that word, like that background of how you arrived at that one word that describes you.
Are you a reporter of some sort, journalist? That's my go-to question. Go ahead. One word. Let's go.
Loyal. I think I'm a loyal individual. That's to friends, families, co-workers, and everyone around me. If I deal with you, I deal with you. It's no sugarcoating. There's no in between. You don't have to figure or guess, hey, do CP like me or don't CP like me? If I don't like you, I don't like you. I'm honest. I'm an honest, loyal individual. And I come in peace. I try to be happy. I respect everyone around me. I don't bother anyone. And I expect the same. I just consider myself a loyal individual.
That's fair. Except you told these people that you don't like me, but I know you do. We're great. We're teammates, right, Jake? We're all on the same team.
Group hug. Jake, get in on this group hug.
Thank
you. All right, guys. That was fun.
So that's it for episode 11. Thank you all.
This was really special.
This was great. Thank you all for having us. Good job.
Good
job, Jake.
Those
So
were good
episode
questions.
11, great questions from everyone. See y'all next week. Hey, download the podcast, 26 minutes.
Please comment. Use the hashtag AskCP if you have any other questions.
Next week, episode 12.
Are uninvited pests ruining your plans? Let PMSI, the pest control partner of the Washington Redskins, handle it for you. Call today for your free inspection, and they'll work around your schedule to provide you the best solution possible to defend your home territory against pests of all kinds, including mold. Visit mypmsi.com for the game plan to control the pests on your home turf. That's mypmsi.com.
This is Rick Goslin with the Talk of Fame Network. This NFL season, FanDuel has more ways to win than ever before. New Beat the Score contests pay out everyone who hits a certain score. Now it's easy to find your friends and challenge them to play head-to-head fantasy contests for cash or bragging rights. New players, try FanDuel today and get a $20 bonus when you make your first deposit. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/Rick.
New users only. Bonus not available for withdrawal. State and age restrictions apply. For eligibility rules, terms, and conditions, go to FanDuel.com.
Hey, it's Jay Kring-Schreifels with Redskins 365 Update. Redskins back to practice this week after losing to the Falcons on Sunday. The tougher news, though, came the next day. It was announced that Brandon Sheriff, Sean Laveau, and Paul Richardson Jr. would all need season-ending surgery. Alex Smith at his press conference today said the challenge will be to get those 3 new offensive linemen the team signed up to speed, but is hopeful the offense can build upon some of the positives from Sunday's performance. Remember, Redskins Buccaneers this Sunday in Tampa. You can catch the game at 1 o'clock on Fox. Perry Mattern and I will get you set on the field at 12:15 for Redskins.com live pregame show. Make sure to tune in.